In this video, we're gonna unbox the new Blitzkrieg 1/9 scale 4S monster truck, take it out for a test on 3 and 4S, and then take it off-road for some bashing to see how the truck holds up. Alright guys, welcome back. So we're actually going to be doing an unboxing on the new Blitzkrieg. This is going to be a 1/9 scale 2 to 4S monster truck from buddyrc. So I'll put a link down in the description to this. If you guys have never been to their site, I'm pretty new to what they're doing over there, but this actually came pretty quickly in a couple of days. But they actually have some tools that I've shown in a couple of my videos. Like they got a soldering iron that actually uses a 2 or 3S lipo, and they got a couple other accessories. I'll put a link in the description over to their site, and of course a link to this vehicle as well. They have this one, and they also have a Buggy too. Now this one comes in this orange color, and then it also comes in the red color, which I have the red color here. But I'm actually pretty excited about trying something new here because this is for $329, and you guys see it comes with a lot of good accessories with it. It actually has a metal gear differential and stuff with it, 3 to 4S capable, and from some of the videos I've seen, it's actually pretty durable for some mild and stuff bashing for. Now if you go super crazy, any car is going to break. I don't care what kind of car it is, something's always going to break if you're jumping at 30, 40 feet in the air. And if you land wrong, anything can happen. But anyway, we're going to unbox this real quick. We're going to take a quick look at this, and then we're going to take this out and do a speed test and take it off-road if we have enough time, which we should. But we're going to test it probably just on 3 and 4S. We may throw a 2S lipo in there and see. But let's go ahead and unbox this, and then let's see what we got inside. Oh yeah, you guys know it. I love it. The smell of a new RC car. So they have here an instruction manual where you can just scan this QR code in and probably get your instruction manual, but it seems like they also include one in there as well, which is actually pretty good. And let's take this off. Look at that. That's actually pretty nice looking. And this is actually big. You guys are probably thinking this is probably 10 scale. This looks to be the same size as a Traxxas Max, probably Arrma Creighton and Outcast 4S. So I'll get I got my Creighton 6S actually sitting there. I'll just do a quick size comparison so you guys can see the size. Matter of fact, it's going to come up right there. How about that? You guys can see the size difference. So it's not 10 scale. So it actually is actually a 9 scale vehicle. So anyway, let me go ahead. Let me get this out the box and see what all we got. All right, getting this out. I've always wanted to do that on camera. All right. So we'll put this to the side real quick, and we'll take a look at this monstrous truck in just a second. So you get a couple of things in there. Now, you don't get tools with this. They should probably include at least a wheel tool or something so you can at least tighten those up. But you do get a 2.4 gigahertz radio with this, and it does have, as you guys can see there, all your trims, bells and whistles on there. You got your steering and throttle trim and stuff on there. You got your dual rate steering and stuff for it. And then on the back of this, you guys can see there, you actually have a throttle limiter where you can go 50, 75, or 100%. So you could literally just get a 4S lipo and just turn it on 50% if you're new to something like this, and then actually turn it up as you're progressing forward. But we're going to test this at least on 3 and 4S to see what kind of speeds we get. The radio, it feels pretty light, but it does have foam on here, and it feels actually pretty fine. So it should be good enough to get you guys started offhand. Like I said, for $329, I don't think you can beat that price for it. You also get a couple other things. You get this strap in, or you can strap it onto your radio, and you get the instruction manual with it too. Now, people's biggest concern would be part support. They are going to support 4 parts for this vehicle. So I'll give you guys updates once they have everything up in there. And then look what else you get. This is actually pretty interesting. You actually get a little carrying case with it too, or a carrying bag with it. And that is large enough to actually fit that vehicle in. So that's actually pretty cool. When's the last time you got a large scale vehicle like this and you actually got a carrying case with it? So the only thing they need to do, I think, is give you a tire tool with this, something to take these wheel nuts and stuff off with. But I'm gonna go ahead, let's get this aside. Let's take a quick look at this vehicle. All right, y'all, taking this out, this actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty mean. It's kind of resembles, I think if Redcat and Arrma kind of had a baby, you would actually get this type of body for it. So the layout of the body actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty mean for it and aggressive for it. So real quick on these body clips, you actually just push that tab in and then it actually pops up. So it's kind of a I'd say, unique design and stuff for it. So we'll see how everything holds up for that. It should actually hold up pretty good for getting this out there with that. And you can always probably make some adjustments and put body pins and stuff in there for that. So that should be fine with that. And then as far as the tires go, it's actually a pretty aggressive tread. It does have a soft sidewall for it, but it does have ventilated tires on it. And then there's actually no ventilations in the wheels, which should be fine for that. So we'll get this out and we'll see how this actually holds up on 3 and 4S when we go take this for a test. But it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed, especially for the price of it. You're paying about the price for a 3S truck and you're getting an actual, oh, sweet. You're getting an actual vehicle with a lipo. That is actually very surprising. I don't think you can beat that. You actually get a lipo with it. I don't know if this is a 3S or 4S, or maybe this is just, oh, psych. They like, psych, JT, you don't get that. So this may be a casing. I was like, where's the plug in? So I got psyched out. So this is actually a casing to cover for the lipo to probably protect it and stuff once you put it in there. So I was going to say, man, it comes with a lipo. I was finna be psyched out. So anyway, you guys probably, some of y'all don't know what the word psych means. But anyway, looking at the inside, this actually looks pretty good. The shocks and stuff look beefy. These are threaded body shocks. I did see like 1 or 2 videos on it. People, when they actually did some extreme bashing, I think something happened to one of the front shocks for it. But they did a lot with this, and that was the only thing that actually broke with it. So we'll take this out and we'll do my testing with it to see how it holds up. But if that's the only issue, that is not a big ordeal at all because people replace shocks all the time with it. But the layout and stuff actually looks pretty solid. I did see you guys as comment people saying, oh, it looks cheap and all that. This is actually a pretty thick and sturdy plastic for it. So this seems to be pretty well built out the box. It does have a 120 amp speed controller and a 2200 kV motor in it. And you guys see it does have a heat sink and a fan on there. And this is water resistant with it. So if you get some water on it, you have to worry about that. But a lot of this stuff on here is actually pretty beefy. With the tires and wheels, I probably should have pointed this out. It does kind of have a wide offset. So you will have to get some half offset tires and wheels for this, which I'll cover that probably in a later video because I do plan on doing a couple things with this vehicle, especially since it's the new kid on the block, to take it through its paces and possibly even add 6S in here. I think it's going to be fine on 4S. You know, 50 plus miles per hour on 4S to me should be fine for this type of vehicle. And you guys see here, you do have adjustable body posts too. So that's actually pretty good. So if you want to try different bodies on there, you can actually adjust that up. Now, the good thing about this is that if you flip it, it's actually just going to wear on that stuff. But I think the body should protect some of that. And you should be able to use different bodies on it. So at some point in time, we'll look to see what other bodies can fit on here in tires and wheels. So we'll go through all that a little bit later on. These are not adjustable. It looked like they kind of were, but they're not. But they're actually a pretty thick plastic. So I don't think you have to worry about any of that breaking on there. It does come with a wheelie bar. And that feels like that may have ball bearings in it. We'll have to look at that another point in time. We'll break this down. But look at those drive shafts. That's actually pretty beefy in there too. So I don't think you have to worry about breaking drive shafts on it. And this does have a metal gear differential. I did see that with an aluminum casing on it. So you're pretty much good to go with that right there. You do get a, of course, front bumper and stuff with it. And then looking at the bottom of the chassis, you guys see the way that's kind of laid out there. So the A-arms for the front and rear are a little bit different, but I think you should be fine with that. Suspension setup out the box, it actually, that seems pretty good. So I think this ought to be pretty good, guys. I don't think we'll be seeing too many issues with this running this straight out the box with it. I know that this is actually, I did see kind of a breakdown of this. This is actually constructed pretty good in here. So we shouldn't have to worry about that either. I'm just really want to get this out, and I really want to get this tested instead of spending a lot of time on a lot of technical stuff for it. We want to see this thing run. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get a battery charged up. This is kind of a, this can use an EC5 or probably maybe an XT90 connector in there too. I know it'll fit kind of an EC5, and it says EC5 on there. I don't know if that'll fit up in there, but we're definitely gonna put some 2 and 3S or 2. We'll do 3 and 4. We'll do a 3 and 4S lipo. I probably don't have enough time to do a 2S and do a speed test for this, and probably possibly take it off road for a quick bashing too, just to see how it handles. And then of course we'll come back in a couple of days, probably do a super speed Saturday, do 6S on it. If you guys want to see that, put that in the comments below if you want to see me run this on 6S. I may have to change these tires out because it's probably going to hit, if it's going 50 out the box on 6S, it's probably going to hit close to 70. And with these differentials and gears, it should be able to handle some 6S road running. I don't know too much about off-road running, so I don't want to try to push it on 6S and then something happens and you guys will be like, oh, I told you it was going to break. Of course, if it's not made for 6S, you probably shouldn't run it on 6S. But we got some speed people out there that actually want to run this on 6S, that want to take some cars, brand new cars, and get the top speed out there, which I don't blame them. I would do that as well. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get some batteries charged up, and we're going to take this out for a quick spin to see what kind of speeds we get. All right, y'all, we are out here with a speed test, 3S and 4S. So making sure GPS is catching. So there's links in the description. We're going to use my SMC 3S lipos and then also my SMC 4S lipos. A link to the GPS as well. Making sure I got some people walking down here, so making sure I don't run into them. We should be doing okay. Got pretty good cruising speed at 3S. Bring this on back down. See what we get on this first pass. It ought to be a Willy monster on 4S. All right, let's see what we got real quick. And this is at 100%, so let's see what we got on 3S real quick. 38, not too bad on 3S. All right, we're gonna go down one more time, see if we can hit that 40 mile per hour mark. I doubt it, but it never hurts to try. Hopefully this shade is not killing it too much so you guys can still see it. Yeah, this ought to be killer on 4S. Almost trying to pop a wheelie on 3S. All right, let's see if we beat that 38. I doubt we did. 37. So of course we got a little load on there, so we give a mile away for that. So let's go ahead and let's put a 4S in here and see what we get on 4S. All right, y'all, 4S strapped in here. We're gonna make sure that it's catching. I didn't think this 4S would fit in because it's an 8800 milliamp 4S, but it actually fit in here pretty good. So let's go ahead. I knew this is gonna be a wheeling monster. Let's go ahead and let's get this going. Hopefully I won't hit any of these cracks or I'm at a different warehouse, so. Ooh, I don't want to flip either. Here comes a car coming down this way. Let me see if I can get a good pass coming back. Woo. I'm trying not to flip it because I do have my GPS on the back of this. We're gonna let this car go by real quick and see what we got on 4S. We're gonna go, of course, do another pass. That wasn't complete full speed, but let's read that real quick. 47, all right. Let's try that again. See if we can hit at least 50. I'm pretty sure we can. Get down here a little bit further. Like I said, it does have a soft compound sidewall tire, so I did expect these to balloon a little bit. All right, let's go. Got a little gangster lean as we go. All right, down one more time. Let's go back a little bit further. All right, last pass. Making sure that car is not coming this way. Woo, chucking up rocks. I don't want to lose it, that's the thing about it. As I start to see the tires balloon, I kind of get off the throttle because it is kind of going to the left and right. All right, try this one more time. Gradually build up to it. Oh, GPS just came off, and that sucks. That should not have come off. All right, y'all, so with that, the GPS did give up the ghost, so it is no longer functional. I'm gonna order another one because I need these anyway for my speed test. I tried to recycle this one 100 times through, but it just ain't worked out that way. So we got about 37. It's actually going faster, and it actually gets it the last reading as it was slowing down. I'm pretty sure this is a 50 or with this. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this off-road and run this on 4X to see how it does off-road. All right, y'all, so in case you didn't know, right before that little bashing session that I just showed you after my last speed test, I was having issues with my microphone, and that sucks really bad. So there is no audio for the vehicle during this shooting. This is just all out open running with no editing or anything. So I'm gonna talk through this just a little bit to let you guys know how the truck performed as I was actually driving it and my thoughts of it. So you guys see there, the truck actually handles pretty good outdoors. I mean, it's just off-road. You guys see there, I'm taking some mild jumps with it, trying to get used to it and stuff. The tires do have a little bit more of a soft compound, so of course you're going to see a little bit of ballooning. It's going to do some wheeling and stuff, and that's more or less because of the softer compound in the tires. Maybe some thicker diff oil will help that out too, but it's more or less because of the tires. So that's why you see a little bit more wheeling and stuff in here with it. But it actually jumps pretty good and actually ran good. I did break two small parts on it. You'll see that towards the end, but you guys see there, I did run the truck. I wasn't really trying to be too light on it. I did want to run it here before I run it to the skate park with it, so you guys will see me. I'll try to do some backflips in just a minute, but I'm there and it's jumping. That's actually concrete that's over there that I'm actually jumping and landing on, because I wanted to test the durability of the plastics on it, like the chassis stuff. It doesn't look like it's cheaply made or anything, and it actually, like I said, during this running, it actually held up pretty good. I just sucked that I had all kinds of technical issues, and it wasn't with the vehicle, it was just my stuff. My GPS went down, and now my microphone just completely went out. I didn't even realize until after I got home. So I'll be doing some minor updates to this vehicle and actually taking it back out, because I do want to run it again. I do want to take it to a construction site around the corner, and I do actually want to try to run it on 6S as well. So you guys see there, I was doing it flipping, and I was trying to do some self-riding. Sometimes you can actually do that when you have a vehicle like this and there's no wing on it. You can kind of hit the throttle and play a little bit, go back and forth. Now sometimes you can tear wheels and tires off doing it. Sometimes you can mess your diffs up, but I think I did that maybe 1 or 2 more times throughout the duration of this video. But bam, right there, dug right into the ground. And I wasn't trying to like break the truck, but I was just running it like someone else that would just take it out for the first time and put it through its paces. This is some pretty mild bashing. I didn't try to jump 40-50 feet up in the air, but there you guys see there, it does actually backflips with ease. I was actually impressed that it actually did backflips so easily. I think I might have tried a front flip too. We'll see. I don't know if that was it. Oh, here we go. Hitting on that rock again. Like I said, that's solid rock over there. So here I'm probably talking about the steering servo, which is fine for what it's worth, for what you're getting. I remember you're paying $329 for this. So bam, another backflip. So I think I tried to hit a couple of backflips, and I think I did one front flip and actually didn't go too well, but it didn't break off of that or anything. You guys will see that coming up pretty soon. Bam. I don't know why I kept aiming for that every time I jump. It just sucks that I did not get the audio with it, because sometimes the tires would balloon a little bit and you would hear a little rubbing of the tires on the body, which is to be expected with the soft compound tire like this. But there are going to be tire options for this too. If you guys thinking about purchasing this one, or I'm thinking about getting the Buggy too to show that to you guys. I think I want to get that and take that out and run it too. So there we go, doing some more backflips. I was trying not to go too hard to jump over that fence. I still don't know what's on the other side of the fence, and I do not want to find out. I'll go over there and beat us all Spike or something from Tom and Jerry. So bam, see, that was a bad landing. And that's where we had one of the shock pistons actually snapping. It actually broke at the very tip of it. So I think that the threading of it is not deep enough into the plastic, and I just made it worse right there. So you guys will see it kind of has that gangster lean. I think I started it and then I just made it worse there. And that's something that I've seen in a couple other videos when people drove this, was people were snapping it right at that point right there, and they lost their spring and stuff. So it probably broke again when I hit over there. But I actually was like, okay, it is what it is. We're gonna keep driving it. Now, take in mind, this is their first vehicle out like this. Now, remember, you know, when everyone comes out with their first vehicle, I don't care who it is, there's always gonna be small issues, and they're gonna have to do updates to it. That's why I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. And you guys see there, I'm still driving it actually. I'm actually gonna flip it bad again, I think on the rear end or something like that. And I'm gonna break the rear one too. So you guys will see this, I'm running again. And I'm just like, yeah, we just gonna keep going. But it still ran, that's the funny part about it. I wanted to see if anything else was gonna transpire while I was out here. And of course I wasn't getting the vehicle to run straight now that it doesn't have any shocks on the left side of the body. Wow. And that's where the rear one broke off. So I had the little schoolgirl laugh, and I was like, yeah, I'll try to jump back the other way, but I think I tried to attempt maybe a couple more jumps, and then that was probably about it. Maybe did one or two more. And then at that point, I was like, yeah, bam. I was like, yes, I'm just not gonna keep running it. I may have attempted one more. I may have tried a front flip or something. But I am testing the durability of it. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see how this vehicle does. And we just know that it does have one point that needs to be updated, and that's gonna be those shock rods for it. I think I might have tried a front flip or something. I'm surprised I kept driving it, but bam, still hit the back flip. So it's actually durable everywhere else. It was about 65 degrees when I was out here driving, so it wasn't like 30 degrees or 20 degrees. So it actually held up. It held up a little bit better than I expected. I expected the way I hit earlier that it was actually gonna break an Arrma or something, which it didn't. So the plastic on here, guys, is not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break or feel like peanut brittle or anything like that. Because you guys see here, I'm still driving it with no suspension on the left side of this vehicle. And you guys will see, I think this is where I'm basically stopping and summing it up, and you guys will see I'm lifting it up. The front one's gone, and then so is going to be the rear one. So I did order some shocks from my girl Jenny, so I did get some shocks pretty cheap. The Arrma shocks and probably the Traxxas Max shocks will probably fit on. I did get the Max shocks, and I did get some green ones coming in. So I'm gonna put those on there. I mean, it's, you know, another 40-50 bucks for 4 shocks. So that's actually a good deal right there. I mean, considering $329, another 50 bucks for some good shocks, you're still under the price of a lot of the major brands 4S vehicles. So we're gonna put those shocks on there. They'll probably come in a couple days. So we'll put those shocks on there, and we'll see how it performs then. I'm actually gonna try 6S in here too. I have no idea where the springs or anything yet. But for 6S, I'm just gonna do some speed tests with it. I wanna see if the motor can actually handle 6S. I was gonna check the temperatures, but it wasn't that bad of a run. I didn't get a full run through it, but I did have an 8800 milliamp battery pack, so I'll probably get about 30 to 45 minutes plus in there. But anyway, that's going to be a run of this. So far, so good. Like I said, buddyrc.com is linked in the description for if you guys want to check this out. I'm probably gonna look at getting the Buggy at some point in time. And stay tuned a couple days when I get these shots, and I'll do an update for this. So as always, like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate you guys watching.